Okay, I finished the backdrop, putting styrene up on the backdrop of the layout, and I'm gonna paint it. Okay, there's an old New York, New Haven, and Hartford lantern. You can see the railroad name etched on the glass. 0.03 inch styrene, ordered it from Home Depot in 4x8 sheets, templated the wall with paper, then used the templates to cut the styrene. And I put a 3M double-sided, half-inch double-sided foam sticky tape at the top, and I just put spots of adhesive. And what I use is, if you do this, make sure you use something that isn't too strong. The hotter glues will melt polystyrene. This is Power Grab for tubs around. It's white, and it's safe for, I think it's acrylic based, so it's safe for plastics, but it's got a good tackiness to it. So that's how I got it to stay up there. I didn't put it all over the wall. I just put spots here and there, and then there's that sticky tape all the way along the top, and it just sort of hangs there. And where possible, I tucked it down behind the edge of the layout. And I bent it around the corners, so you get a bit of that rounding of the corners. Not too much, because I have some structures that are going to tuck into that corner. The seams, what you do with the seams, and they need to be painted and sanded, but you can see they're flush. You just overlap two pieces, and then you just take a razor. Well, take a straight edge, draw a line, take a straight edge, and then cut with your razor right down through both layers. So you're doing a double cut. You're cutting the overlap and the piece underneath it. So when you cut it, basically you're creating a perfect seam between the two pieces. And then take out the pieces that you cut, and then cut a small strip that goes behind that seam, and then just take that liquid styrene cement. I use the tester's liquid, and then just let it just kind of wick into that crack and hold it down, and then it adheres to that strip, and you don't even see the seam. So once I sand that off, if you need to fill it, if it's not perfect, you can fill it with caulk or whatever you want to use. So I've got a seam there, I've got a seam here, I've got one here. It's kind of messy, it's got fingerprints all over it, but it's a good flush seam. And further down, I've got a seam here, and then that's it. And then I do the rounded corner over here as well. So it looks nice. I'm gonna paint it like just a light blue, kind of a hazy sky blue. It's what I had in my other layout, if you remember that, if you've watched the channel. I'll paint it, and then I'm gonna put I'll put all the structures back at that point, and then I can put the trains back on the layout. So it'll start to actually look like a layout. And I will then start thinking about putting backdrop pictures on this once it's painted. Probably very similar to what I had. Why change a good thing? The only thing that's going to change is what's expanded here. So this will be a longer maintenance away track. And I'm going to continue this facility. I've got a building structure here that's going to be a maintenance away facility. And then I could park all my vehicles on here, and then the main line is going to continue out to the end and just kind of fade off into oblivion. And then there's going to be trees here, just kind of going up to a larger height, because I do want to have a little nature. There's not much on this layout besides industry. So it looks pretty barren now because there's no buildings, but getting that backdrop up was a key to be able to continue. So I think it looks good. It's nice and smooth, and those corners are slightly rounded. Once I sand those seams and paint it, it will look beautiful, and then we can keep moving, and stay tuned for more. Have a good weekend. Cheers.